Welcome to the ThunderCast, your Marshall Athletics podcast produced by the fans, for the fans, with your hosts, Russ Livingood and KD Hugnall. We're bringing you the thundering word on the thundering herd each and every week, so keep it right here. The ThunderCast is on the loose. Thanks for downloading another episode of the ThunderCast. You can follow us on Twitter at ThunderCast_pod. You can find the ThunderCast anywhere you like to listen to podcasts, and you can watch us, of course, on the ThunderCast YouTube channel. If you make your way over to YouTube, take a second and hit that subscribe button. We would certainly love to have all of the subscribers that we can get, and please take a moment, share the links with your friends and fellow herd fans. Help us grow this listener base so that we can bring more herd fans the good word on the herd each and every week. Russ, a lot going on in herd athletics this week, even though school is just about to start. Thick of football practices now. Seasons are starting. Lots of, I guess the athletic year is beginning to ramp up. And we're going to talk about all of it after we get ourselves a quick word from our sponsors at Leasure Oliver PLLC.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, call the law firm of Leasure Oliver PLLC. Find them at 304carwreck.com.
All right, man. I haven't done one of these in a while, so it's going to be pretty cool to be able to take part in it. How about you give me at least 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week?
Yeah, we talk about this all the time, Jed and I, that, we do this each and every week. And can we possibly come up with 5 things to talk about in the off season and before things? Yeah, we can. And we can do it so well that I even combining a couple of things. We got 8 this week, but let's let ignite.link tell us about it. And now here are at least 5 things every herd fan needs to know this week. As always, brought to you by ignite.link, the Tri-State's premier IT management team.
Rip roaring and ready to go, man. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with number 1. Men's soccer is the preseason number 2 team in the land in the United Coaches Rankings. It mimics exactly what it was at the end of the year last year. Vermont, who beat us in the championship game, they're number 1. We're number 2. Bullets on our back, and I couldn't be happier and less surprised, really, that we're there.
And things that do not surprise me anymore is Marshall men's soccer starting the year top 5 in the country. What a dynasty. That's all I'm going to say. What a dynasty that Chris Grassi has built here now that Marshall is recognized nationally. And now we are given the benefit of the doubt, even if something might not, maybe Marshall's down this year. You know what? They're still probably going to be pretty freaking awesome. They're probably number 2. It does not surprise me.
And I will say, and I'm not taking anything away from Marshall when I say this, but soccer really, really, and especially United soccer rankings, they really, really basically say this is the team to beat because of their performance last year. They do a lot of carryover, and you don't see that, especially in college football. It's all about now some big NIL signing, or it's all now about they weren't anything last year, but we really think this is their year just because they're a big name, and they've got a high budget, but they respect. And it seems to be they know who these high performers are every year, and they put them up there.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, we're going to keep it with soccer. And I hope I'm saying this first name right, but Yasha Scherer from Zurich, Switzerland has been added to the men's soccer roster. Now, he has been probably here for a little bit. Some of these international signings, they may have a couple of extra hoops to go through before they can be officially added to the roster. There's been some smoke about this for a while, but he is now here. KD, what we say on this all the time is with a lot of these international signings, there's not going to be a lot that you can point to like there are, American basketball or football stats that you can look up and things like that. But if I had to say one thing is we believe in Coach Grassi
Yeah.
We trust in Coach Grassi. And if he's bringing in an international player here, I just expect that he was extremely good.
So here's the thing. I don't need any other reasoning. It's like, I don't need stats. I don't need to watch your highlights. If Chris Grassi thinks you belong at Marshall, you belong at Marshall. I don't care if he goes to Barbersville Middle School and gets a kid. It's like, you're on the, I believe that kid's probably a global phenomenon, right? I just trust Chris Grassi that much. It's really why I keep saying every time that somebody signs that the reload continues or the reload never stops, because it doesn't. It never, ever stops. These coaches go find the people that will help them continue this dominant run of Herd men's soccer, and there's really no end in sight.
KD, number 3, I'm going to let you get your thesaurus out. Maybe you've got something to say, maybe a one-word summation for this or whatever. We talked about it a little bit last week about the men's golf having 4 or 5 players, with those academic things. Well, men's golf named Platform Golf Team Academic Award recipient. This is one of 75 teams of men's golf, and you know how many men's golf teams there have to be countrywide in Division I. But you have to have a team GPA of 3.5 and above. KD, if you had to sum up what that might be.
Well, I'm going to actually have to get a thesaurus out and find a synonym for differentiator, because that's what it is. And even if there's, you got to think there's got to be close to 300, right? Teams. I mean, there's 330 some or something colleges and universities in Division I. So you got to think that there's somewhere around 300, I would think. If you're
I'm looking it up.
Okay, if you're one of 75, I mean, you're in the top 25% of all men's golf programs to achieve this specific accolade. And also, not surprising, it's like our golf teams, both men's and women's, tennis team, they're all duking it out to see who's going to be on team B, because, well, you got one, so you're in team B. But yeah, obviously, if it's athletic and academic, it's a differentiator to Herd Athletics, and our golf team does that annually, so not surprising.
And because we love to be accurate and bring you all the information, there are 292, very close to 300 men's golf teams in Division I. And we were in the top 75, and I don't think we were 75. I think we were up a lot higher. All right, number 4, women's basketball has named 2 assistant coaches. Patrick Herlihy, and that may be a name that Marshall fans are familiar with, and I'll tell you why in just a second, and Cassie Lastivka. I hope I'm saying that name right. We at the Thundercast know that it is important to get someone's name right, but I've only read it, not heard it, so right now I hope I'm saying that right. The tidbit about Patrick Herlihy was he was a GA here, 28 through 2020, I think it was, on Tony Kemper's squad. And then he went south a little bit and then came back to he was in Florida, I think, maybe FIU. And then he came back and has been in Charleston coaching at the high school level. So now we bring him onto the staff. That may be where people have heard Patrick Herlihy before and may be familiar with him.
Yeah, so this one, well, at least half of this one, slipped through the cracks on me. I did see the hiring of Lastivka, but I missed the hiring of Mr. Herlihy. So a couple of some new flavor, some new energy in Huntington and women's basketball. Now entering what's going to be, year 3, I believe, for Julie Folks. And I think whatever it takes right now to get the train going in the direction she wants it to go is what needs to happen. She's not a coach. Remember that when she came here, it's not a coach that was used to losing very many games. And I know it's got to be frustrating to not find the secret sauce, to not be able to capture that lightning in the bottle, specifically coming off of a season that was absolutely magical for Herd women's basketball. So if you got to mix it up a little bit to find the mojo, then by all means, mix it up.
Here's a little bit of her bio. She comes here after one season with Milwaukee, where she served as the assistant coach and recruiting coordinator. So she has, some experience there. Graduate of Ohio Northern, had successful coaching stops at Hocking College, Wilmington College, and back at her alma mater, where her Polar Bears made consecutive NCAA Division III championship appearances. So been around several places, been an assistant coach before, been a recruiting coordinator before, helps round out this sideline for women's basketball.
Yeah, I need somebody that's going to attack the portal and be able to. It's the name of the game, man. You got to recruit the portal. I love the fact that we are still high school recruiting pretty heavily, but there is no faster way to turn around your program than to recruit the dog crap out of the portal and get 2 or 3 instant impact players that can turn your entire program around.
Number 5, volleyball announces Callie Gentry as the new director of operations. New coach, new director of operations, pretty much a lot of new staff. And, this wasn't a thing, but they just had new outfits come out today. Dropped a new fit, as they say on the streets.
Wow. Greetings, fellow children. How are you?
I threw that in for you for that reason. But we can talk about Callie Gentry. Let's see. One spring as a volunteer assistant coach at Green Bay, which was her alma mater. She assisted with recruiting, evaluations, training centers, and middle planning practices and fundraising. So a little bit of everything. That just tells you, hey, she's got her hands in a lot of different things there, and she'll fit right in as a director of operations, being familiar with all that.
Yeah, I think it's as I don't know how to describe volleyball, right? The vibe around volleyball, because it's so new and it's everything fresh. And I did not see the if they put it on social media. I didn't see it today. The new uniform drops. I don't know if anything's out there, but
they did. That's where I saw it, and it was like right before we started. There's a video from their social on Twitter that was showing it. Okay. It was either Herd Zone or volleyball, but I think it was volleyball.
There they are. New threads. I got it. Looking pretty slick. Yeah, they look pretty slick, man. Got some black jerseys, the pink jerseys. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So look good, play good, right? We know we've needed some sort of shot in the arm for volleyball. They've underperformed as a program for the past number of years. And when we talked to Coach Ari, she felt really good that they had raised the floor of the program, and it just never really came to fruition. And, it would be really nice for them to make a little bit of noise. This seems like a sport that I might catch some flack for saying this, but it doesn't seem like in the Sun Belt Conference it would be that hard to build a contending volleyball team. So hopefully we're on the path to doing that, because I like it when our Olympic sports are good. I mean, obviously I would love for football, men's basketball, like all the revenue sports to take chokeholds on championships. But I think it's also very freaking cool when you just have a sport that can just dominate, and it's not a traditional revenue sport. I think that's cool. And look what happened. Like men's soccer was a afterthought essentially at Marshall until Chris Grassie came along, and now look at them. They're a national powerhouse. Yeah. And they sell out the vet, and it's such a cool environment. And you and I have both been to the CAM for volleyball matches, and they are so fun.
It's fun, man.
Sparsely attended. They're really fun. So could you imagine a couple thousand cramming into there for a volleyball match? It'd be so cool, man. I really would like some momentum to get behind this program.
And listen, it's cheap and it's a great time for the kids. So if you're here and you're a Marshall fan, you deserve to go over there and and take your family, and these players deserve to have someone like you there watching.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6, linebacker Jalen Marshall has been named to the watch list for the East-West Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, they generally drop their top 1,000 prospects on the watch. Now, of course, this is obviously across all positions.
Yeah.
It's like not one of the top 1,000 linebackers.
Linebacker. Yeah.
That would be
I think I would have made that list.
That would be comical. But very cool. So far, the only prospect for the Herd that has landed on that, and that's kind of shocking to me. Especially we've talked about in position group breakdown series how many seniors, redshirt seniors, that type of thing, that we believe are going to be very, very impactful for the Herd. And it's surprising, like, congratulations to Mr. Marshall, obviously, but it's surprising that he is the lone player for the Herd to land on the East-West Shrine Bowl watch list. So hopefully that tells me that more of them will land on some sort of Reese's Senior Bowl watch list or something like that. But very, very cool for Jalen Marshall.
Yeah, and we're going to keep it with football and talk about Joshawn Barbie and Tony Mathis Jr. being named to the Doak Walker Award watch list.
Awarded annually to college football's most outstanding running back. And I know we've been saying it ad nauseum to anybody that will listen. Joshawn Barbie is going to be a star this year. He's the guy that I have felt the best about out of all of the running backs in the running back room, because he had put the stats up at another stop. He has stuff on paper. You've got some guys that are in a show me year, coming off injury, whatever the case may be. And Joshawn had just gone out and balled. 800 and some yards, 8 touchdowns on the ground, 8 more through the air. Not surprising. What is surprising is that Tony Mathis lands on the Doak Walker Award watch list, because he is trying to come back from an injury season and hasn't had much production since before his tenure at Houston, when he was still at WVU. So, like, equal congratulations to those guys. But I think you really got to tip your cap to Tony Mathis and the fact that somebody at the Doak Walker Award committee is going, I'm going to be the guy that's going to talk about Tony Mathis. Like, somebody out there believes that he's going to do something pretty big this season. So in a room that Coach Rod Smith says he feels is the absolute deepest on the offensive side of the football, the running back room to land 2 out of, I think, total of 6 from the Sun Belt on the Doak Walker Award watch list. We get a third of those. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Louisiana landed 2. So between the conference champion and the conference championship runner-up a year ago, 80% of the Doak Walker Award watch list running backs from the Sun Belt. Pretty impressive.
Let me throw out another little thing here, is we have 2, and I just counted them up, and I probably missed a couple or was off a couple trying to scroll through while you were talking and I was listening. I only counted 103 that are on this watch list, and we had 2 of them.
Wow.
And there's 136 teams
right
in the FBS at that level, so we have 2 out of 103. I mean, you're looking, no matter the way you slice that, around 2%. And we have probably, we have 2 where some teams have 0,
right.
if there's only 103 and there's 136 teams. So there are multiple teams out there, obviously, that do not have, and dozens of teams that do not have anyone on this watch list, and we have 2.
Yeah.
And we talked about this in the running back breakdown. We're very, very deep at running back. We feel confident on who we have, and these are but 2 of 4 that we talked about. 3 that we both agreed on was probably going to get a lot of carries and the bulk of the action. But we have 4 and possibly even 5 that are going to make a big impact this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun room to pay attention to this year. But huge shout out to those. I mean, that's big time. We all know by now that these awards are going to go to some Power 5 player that has an above average year, right? Yeah. I mean, now there might be a running back out there that plays for a big power team that, racks up 16, 17, 1,800 yards and is like fully deserving. But we've had guys in the past like Rockhead, nearly 1,800 yards on the ground in 2014 and not even a sniff, right? So we know at this point if you're a G5 guy, if you are a finalist, that's about as close as you're going to get to winning. You know, these guys covet these awards and they try to hoard them just like they want to hoard playoff spots.
Yeah.
So if you can make it to being a finalist, that's about as good as you're going to get, man. So to have two guys in the running for at least a finalist spot, and that also doesn't take into account that they will add people mid-season to the mid-season watch list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is going to be a pretty fun offensive season for the Herd, man. And these guys are two dynamic running backs that are built to do some damage.
KD, let's finish it up and talk about some fan first events this week. So we're just going to go in calendar order here. Wednesday, and we're recording this late Tuesday night. It will probably be uploaded Wednesday morning. So today, if you're watching this at 6 to 8 p.m., the fall sports will all be at the Joan. So it's going to be heavy on the football because they have the most numerical roster that you have, but you're going to see both soccer teams there. You're going to see basketball, both of them there. You're going to see volleyball there. You're going to see just about everybody over there that is not playing in the spring. And it's a really, really good time. You know, you down on the field, I'm assuming they're going to do like they did before, but down on the field, they have stuff for the kids. They're going to have autographs that you can get, picture opportunities, one-on-one. You can talk to these players and things like that and just get a really good feel for the athletes.
Dude, outside of not being able to go to a lot of games now that I don't live near Huntington, I've not been able to go to a fans first day in a number of years. And it was one of the most favorite things to do on the athletic calendar. And a lot of times it fell on my birthday.
Yeah. Bless you.
Excuse me. I'm glad I didn't do that into the mic. But these events are so freaking fun, man.
Yeah.
Get the kids out there, get them interacting, start building your Herd fandom for your next generation of kids, grandkids early. Mm-hmm. This is where that seed gets planted, because they will remember being 5 or 6 years old and having Carlos Del Rio Wilson throw them a pass, or they will remember them throwing a pass to, you know, Antonio Harmon or something like that. Like, do that. Get out there and have a little bit of fun. Collect some autographs. Take some pictures. Hell, tell them that you're behind them. Tell them where your seats are, and this is where I'll be cheering you guys on. That sort of thing. And the other athletes as well. Interact with those Olympic sport athletes. Let them know that you're an athletic department fan, not just a Herd fan.
That's right.
You know, that's important, man. They work hard too, and they need to know that they got some fans out there as well. It's not just all about football. But I love Fans First Day, man. I wish I could be there.
And for fan interaction, if your kids have been acting up, have Jave Gilmore sack them.
That's right.
You know? Yeah. We've got some more stuff here, though. Men's soccer this Saturday, August 9th, will be playing at 4 p.m. Immediately after that game, there'll be the Party on the Plaza, which is for the two soccer squads. They'll have a lot of different activities for the kids. And they did that last year, doing it again this year. They are not going to have that double header where they could do the Herdtoberfest that they did that one year, if you remember. So this is that, where they're going to have both squads there at the same time. As soon as that is over, women's soccer will have their Fans First Day at 7:15 p.m. Men's soccer has one other one. That's Monday, August the 11th at 7:15 p.m. They'll have another Fans First game. Now, before I throw it to you, reminder, anyone watching or listening, that Fans First means free entry. So you do not have to go get a ticket or anything like that. And the way that they are doing that for the Saturday doubleheader, as it were, with Party on the Plaza in between, you will be able to leave and re-enter, even though they have that policy in place at all sporting events. Because it's non-ticketed, you'll just have to go through security again, but you can leave and re-enter. So you can go to your car, you can go get a drink, you can go get something to eat or whatever. You can do all the Party on the Plaza, get right back in.
Yeah, I would also encourage you to get out. We know that men's soccer team is going to be competing for a national championship again. We are not on that just competing for a conference championship level. Marshall University men's soccer competes for national championships annually. Get out there and get a look at this new look herd, who is again ranked number 2 in the country to start the season for absolutely free. Women's soccer, we expect to take a big turn a big corner as a program this year. This is year 2 for head coach Rafa Samos. A big roster turnover this year. They went and recruited a whole bevy of new stars to try to take this women's soccer program to the next level. As a matter of fact, we'll have more on that in the coming days with a women's soccer preview. So we're going to dive into that with head coach Rafa Samos. We're going to be able to talk to him and get the skinny on what this 2025 Herd women's soccer team is going to look like, what their philosophy is, what you can expect to see if you catch a game, and all that sort of stuff. They've got a really big game that you're going to want to, if you're going to catch one game this year, you're going to want to go secure a ticket. They're going to have West Virginia University at Marshall playing at the Vet this season, and they are hype about it. So, and we have the Mountain State Derby every year with the men. Now we have the women's locking horns for the first time. I don't know what you're going to call this since it doesn't happen annually, really. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk to Rafa and see what if there's a moniker for this one yet. But anyway, last reminder for me is also be on the lookout for men's soccer ticket giveaway all season long by the Thundercast. We're going to put 2 butts in our seats to watch the top 2 currently Marshall University men's soccer team all season long. Russ, that's all I got. If you got anything else, let me have it. If not, let's go. Take it out.
Just want to say thanks as always to ignite.link for bringing us this week 8 things every Herd fan needs to know this week. And of course, we could not do this show without our title sponsor, Leasure Oliver PLLC. Find them at 304carwreck.com. But whether you see us at the Cam, whether you see us at the Vet, or whether you see us at the Jack, no matter where you see us, we're going to be saying, go Herd.
Go Herd. It's the Thundercast. It's great to be back with the 5 things, 8 things. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Later.